The year is 1840. On the waters of southern China, the modern world arrives not with a handshake, but with the thunder of naval artillery. This is the First Opium War. For decades, Great Britain bled silver to satisfy its insatiable appetite for Chinese tea, silk, and porcelain. To reverse this trade deficit, British merchants flooded China with a devastating contraband: Indian-grown opium. While British gunboats force open the gates of Asia, the home front is fueled by an unstoppable monster, the Industrial Revolution. Great Britain has become the workshop of the world. Across Europe, the old aristocratic orders are modernizing, laying down thousands of miles of iron railways and building massive factories. Yet, beneath the surface of this economic miracle, tension brews. The continent is a political pressure cooker, crowded with an impoverished working class and driven by an aggressive, newly born capitalist elite, hungry for global territory, raw resources, and unchecked markets. In Beijing, inside the silent labyrinth of the Forbidden City, the Qing Emperor faces a crisis his ancestors could never have imagined. For 200 years, the Qing dynasty ruled supreme, believing itself to be the middle of the universe. But the bureaucracy is aging, rebellions are fracturing the provinces, and the treasury is emptying. Wrapped in centuries of tradition, the imperial court watches helplessly as their outdated defenses crumble against a foreign adversary they deeply misunderstood. The twilight of imperial China has begun.
To the north, another giant is quietly shifting. The Russian Empire under Tsar Nicholas V is expanding its massive icy footprint across Eurasia. From the palaces of St. Petersburg to the unforgiving wilderness of Siberia, the Russian Colossus watches the chaos in Europe and the weakness in China with predatory interest. Seeking warm water ports and absolute security, Russia pushes its borders ever closer to the Pacific, positioning itself to become one of the most dominant geopolitical forces of the coming century.
Across the sea from China, the islands of Japan remain locked behind a wall of absolute isolationism. Under the Tokugawa shogunate, foreigners are banned, and traditional samurai culture reigns supreme. But the smoke from the Opium War on the horizon sends an unmistakable warning to Edo. The Western empires are coming, and Japan's closed-door policy is on borrowed time. Deep within the shadows of the shogunate, a few radical minds begin to realize a bitter truth: modernize, or suffer the exact same fate as the Chinese dragon. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, a young and hungry United States is looking westward. Driven by the fierce ideology of manifest destiny, thousands of pioneers are pushing deep into the American continent, claiming vast lands from coast to coast. At the exact same time, American merchant fleets are aggressively expanding their trade routes across the Pacific. The United States is transitioning from a regional republic into an industrial powerhouse, preparing to launch itself onto the global stage as a titan of the New World Order. 1840 was the year the globe shrank. From the battlefields of Canton to the factories of Manchester, the old boundaries of distance and isolation were permanently dissolved by iron, steam, and ambition. The pieces of our modern, interconnected global economy were violently locked into place. The ancient empires had passed their zenith, and a fiercely competitive, industrialized world was born.